Last we are discussing about which property, guys? What is the property? Data?
Auto generate data source.
Data source, I think. Data source. Already we are working with data source property, whether you remembered or not.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, where we used this property to initialize the data. Grid emp dot data source equal to ds dot tables of table name, like that. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So we don't require to discuss about this property. These are all the important behavior properties. Now coming to the category, another category is style properties. Style properties. First property, alternating row style. What is this? We will see. Alternating row style. What is this alternating row style? We'll see. Right? Alternating row style. Back color equal to blue. Alternating row style, border color, like that. This tag is representing the alternating rows of the rows style of back color, border color, and so on. You can observe. Now you can observe your grid view. Every alternate row background color is changed as what?
Blue.
Blue. Like that you can use this property. Next to row style. Row style means every row style. Row style property, alternating row style is every alternate row, but I am talking about row style. Row style back color equal to red. Row style back color equal to red. Every row style background color is changed. Observed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next to pager style. Pager style. Coming to pager style. What is this pager style? We'll see. Pager style. Pager style back color equal to green. Pager style, if you want to implement, first you should implement allow paging. Allow paging equal to true. Allow paging equal to true. Allow paging equal to true. Then paging. This is called, bottom is called green pager. That pager background color you change it as what? Green. That is called pager style property. Next to empty. Next, header style. Header style means your grid view header row style. Footer style means your grid view footer row style. Next, empty data row style. Empty data row style means you are displaying some data, but one row is having null values. That null values row is called empty data row. That row style, if you want to display, you can display with this like empty data row style. Okay, that is the story about row style, pager style, and so on. Next, edit row style. Next, edit row style. Edit row style means very simple. Here we need to understand few more things about grid view. Edit button. How to create edit button within the grid view? Auto generate.
Auto generate edit button.
Edit button. Auto generate edit button equal to true means grid view. Which button? Grid view is coming with which button, guys?
Edit
Edit button. Actually, here one important discussion is there, which we didn't see also. What is that important discussion? I'll show you. Listen. For example, I'm showing you with some diagram here. Understanding it is, for example, you have grid view. Generally, when you will use edit button within the grid view, whenever you want to provide update facility. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you can observe, this is your grid view. This is your grid view. In this grid view, you have like this. EMPNO, EMPNO. Next to EMP name. Next EMP name. Next to salary. Salary. This is your grid view column headers. Column headers. Let us assume 111 Rama 1000. 222 Sita 2000. So 2000. Here you have edit button. Here you have edit button. Edit button. This is your grid view. Okay. Now what will happen? I'll tell you one simple point. 1 second, all of you. Hold for 1 second. Now grid view is having how many rows? Now grid view is having how many rows?
2 rows.
2 rows. 2 rows are in normal mode. 2 rows are in normal mode. Whenever you want to update Sita salary, what you will do? Whenever you want to update Sita salary, what you will do? You will click
on the edit button. You said
edit button of the Sita. Suppose whenever you click edit button of the Sita, what will happen? You know, in this row here, instead of edit button, it will display update and cancel button like this. Actually, it will display update and cancel button like this. Means here you can see update and cancel button like below. And concern row will convert back to editable mode. In editable mode, here you can see a text box. You can see a text box because you have to provide a facility to the user to enter new salary. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Right now, grid view Sita row is in editable mode. Right now, grid view Rama row is in normal mode. In normal mode, you can see edit button. In editable mode, you can see update and cancel button with this text box. So whenever you want to whenever you are displaying editable mode of a row, that row style, if you want to change, then you can use a property called edit row style. Again, whenever you want to display, whenever you want to change the row style, which row? Editable row style, then you can use a property called edit row style. If you have given a property called edit row style equal to red, then that editable row background color will display in red color, easy to recognize for the end user. That is the story about a property called edit row style. Next, come back to our discussion. That is appearance properties of the grid view. Next, appearance properties of the grid view. And in appearance properties of the grid view, you have couple of properties. What are these? Number one, cell padding. Number two, cell spacing. You can observe cell padding, cell spacing. Right, let me remove edit button also. Right, cell padding equal to 50. Cell padding equal to 50. You can observe cell padding is nothing but size of the cell. Next to cell spacing. cell spacing equal to 50. Space between the cells. Space between the cells. Okay, space between the cells. Okay, next to now grid lines. Grid lines. With these three properties are there in a table concept also, whether you remembered or not. Cell spacing, cell padding. Next to grid lines. Grid lines equal to both. Both means the grid you will display in rows and columns, and horizontal means it will display only what?
Horizontal line.
Only rows. Only rows. Vertical means it will display only
Columns.
columns. None means
No.
it will not display any rows and columns. That is a story about a property called grid lines. Now come back to our discussion. Right. A horizontal align. Horizontal align is not that much important property. Empty data text is also not. Show footer, show header. Show footer equal to true means footer row will be visible. Show header equal to true and header row will be visible. But show footer, show header you can write like this also. Suppose show header equal to false means header row will be invisible. Like show footer equal to false. False means footer row will be invisible. So these are all the properties we will use when we are implementing all these examples in GridView customization. Next, coming to back image URL. Back image URL property nothing but you can display one image within the GridView background. For example, you have Solution Explorer, you have one image. Right click, add existing item, right, and go to the pictures or desktop. You select one image. Here. You select one image. No image, huh? Where we have images in our system, I didn't remember. Any image is there? Okay. Let's take one image. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll take small image from Google. Now, very simple. Back image URL property means what? Can you guess?
Having an image as the background for the grid view
Yes, you can.
control.
Okay. Having one image. Okay. Now you see this, some image, we'll save it. Within the GridView background, we can display one image. Okay. Save image as, I'm saving one image, and that image I want to display within the background of the GridView. Yes, that is possible. Right. You can see IMG1. I'm saving in my desktop. One image I saved in my desktop. Now you can observe, right, IMG1 is okay. Now this image you add to your Solution Explorer. First add it to the Solution Explorer window. Add, existing item. existing item, go to the desktop, all files, img1.jpg. Now you can observe that in your Solution Explorer window, you can see that image called img1.jpg is added. Now this image you can initialize to where? Come on. This image we can initialize to our grid view control with the help of property. What is the property?
Back image URL.
Back image URL equal to img1.jpg. Back image URL equal to img1.jpg. Observed?
Yes, sir.
Generally it is a small image, that's why multi images coming. Suppose if it is a wallpaper image, only one image will display. So that is the beauty of a property called back image URL. Back image URL. Back image URL. Next, caption. Caption. Caption is what? You can observe. Caption. Now you can see caption is nothing but title. Caption is nothing but title. Title for the grid view. Title for the grid view. What is that caption? What is that title? We will see. I will remove this one. Caption. This is employee information. This is employee information. This is employee information. You can observe. Okay, this is employee information. Okay guys, so that is the story about caption. So whenever you are displaying something within the grid view, whenever we are displaying employee information within the grid view, the title or caption you can give to the grid view with the help of a property called caption. Next, there is another property called caption align. Caption align means you can move the caption to left side and right side or center. That is a property. Next, state properties of the grid view. Guys, you have all these properties in your material.
Yes, sir.
In that book, whatever I have shared you, this list of the properties are available or not available?
Available, sir.
Available. Snehal is telling not available. What is the page number you are identified, guys?
189.
189. Okay, maybe here and there, one page here and there, 190. 190. It will be there. Okay, next, state properties of the grid view. Main highlight topic of our training is grid view customization. You see how easy it is if you will understand all these properties. Okay, right. State properties of the grid view. Right. Number one, columns. Columns. What is this columns? You see. Go to the grid view. Right. Go to the grid view. Right. Now you people observe your grid view. Now we need to understand about columns property. Here you need to remember one important property, one important thing, that is grid view is a collection of rows and columns. Rows will be representing with index values. First row index 0, second row index 1. Columns will be representing with also index value. First column index is 0, second column index is 1. So here you can observe. Here you can observe grid view 1 dot columns of grid view 1 dot columns of means grid view 1 dot columns is a property. Columns is a property. Columns of 0 means you are reaching first column. Columns of 1 you are reaching second column. like that. With the help of columns property, with the help of index value, you can reach the particular column. And come back to our discussion. Right. Next you have other property called rows also. And what do you mean by rows? Grid1 dot rows. Rows of 0 means first row. Rows of 1 means second row. Same story about rows property. Next over, that is a story. Columns, rows. Next come back to our discussion. What exactly it is, you know. Next one is footer row and header row. What is this footer row, header row? You can see grid1 dot footer row, and that means with the help of this property you can reach the grid footer row. In your coding, somewhere you will have a requirement to reach the particular grid footer row. If you want to reach that footer row, you can use a property called footer row. Sorry. Yeah. Next to grid1 dot header row means with the help of this property you can reach the header row. Okay, that is header row property. Next page index. Here one important point you have to remember. Right now Grid2 is displaying in how many pages?
One page.
Come on, only one page, because we didn't implement a concept called paging. But suppose I want to implement paging, allow paging true, then my Grid2 is displaying multiple pages. Right now there is no data. By default it is displaying in how many pages?
2 pages.
2 pages. 2 are empty pages. You can see the 1 and 2 numbering. Observed?
How to create more than 2?
No. When you can't do, you will not create. Whenever your Grid2, your EMP table or your data is multiple rows, according to that page numbers will increase. Okay. That's why in Gmail, whenever you created account, you can observe it will display only 1 or 2 pages. But whenever the number of emails are increased, at bottom you can see the list of the page numbers will increase. Suppose in my account I have only 50 emails. Maybe I will have 1 or 2 pages. But your account is having 1000 emails. Then number of pages will increase. That number of pages will increase not depends upon the programmer. It will depends upon the data which you are binding to the Grid2. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Right. Now come back to our discussion. Right now there are 2 pages. Page 1 index is 0. Page 2 index is 1. Means Grid2 is a collection of pages. Every page will be representing with one index value. First page index value will be 0. Second page index value will be 1, and so on. So here page index property is representing what exactly, you know. It is representing the index value of the page which is displaying at present. Suppose at present it is displaying first page, then page index is what?
0.
0. Very good. Suppose I am displaying second page, then page index property value is what?
1.
1. That is the story. See, I'll tell you one small thing here. From my childhood I had a impression, I had just one experience. So many places I've seen, that is, people will give a stamp to person. He is intelligent, he is average student, he is poor student. According to my knowledge, poor student, average students will not be there. Our people, by seeing the marks, they will say he is intelligent. Actually, he had a good environment or some support, some luck or whatever it is, he studied well, that's why he are getting very good marks. Even though the people who had an impression like he is poor, he is average, he is worst student also can become a good programmer with our training. I have observed, because I have seen so many of students like that who are having engineering backlogs 10, 12, who are studied 8 years of engineering also became a software good programmers and getting jobs in 2-3 interviews after our training. Means to learn programming, if you will get a proper guidance, proper training and nee good appudu interest unte, if you have interest at that time, you can also become a again good student. Okay, actually our people will give that impression, average, clever, not clever. That is, according to my knowledge, there is no first rank student, there is no last rank student. The student is not putting the interest, that's why he is getting last rank. If the student will put the interest and will get a proper guidance, if both will work out, automatically will become a first rank. So what I can say you, with our training, a last bench student also can become a first ranker. I'm sure about that. With my experience, I'm telling you. So right, so what I'm telling you, nobody should say that I can't learn this, I can't. No, if you will put efforts, if you will get a proper guidance, you can learn anything. I'm sure about that. Right, because according to me, I'm a last bench. Last bench means sitting in best first bench but getting last rank in class that time in my academics. Okay, right. Okay, now come back to our discussion. Next, page index, and now we have seen rows also. Coming to data key names property, data keys property, we'll discuss at the time of coding. Next to footer row, header row is over. Next to edit index will come in programming. Next to footer row, header. Next, page count. Page count property is representing the number of pages which you are displaying in the grid view. Just now she asked how to increase the number of pages. Pages will not increase, depends upon the data. Suppose right now page count is what? By default, 2.
1.
Two pages are there, you can observe. You can observe 2 pages are there, 1 and 2. By default 2 pages it is showing. But actually, even though no data, it's doing show 2 pages. Suppose tomorrow 10 pages. Now page count is what? 10. 10. Page count is 10. That is a story about a property called page count. Okay. Now next events of grid view control. Up to here, whatever we discussed are important properties. Now we are going for events of grid view control. Events of grid view control. Let's see these events. Right. Now first one, you can observe. There are 2 events you can observe. What are these 2? Row deleting.
Changing.
No. Row deleting and row deleted. You can observe. There are 2 events. Row deleting and row deleted. Observed, huh?
Yes.
Now what are these? You know, these 2 are the pair events. What events?
Pair events.
Pair, P-A-I-R, pair events. Row deleting, row deleted. Row deleting, row deleted. Coming to these 2 are pair events. Okay. These 2 events will fire when user click the delete button within the grid view. Yeah, tell me, when these 2 events will fire?
When user clicks the delete button in the grid view.
Yeah, these 2 events will fire when user click the delete button within the grid view. Delete button within the grid view. Okay. So which event will fire first? Which event will fire next? Row deleting will fire when? Row deleted will fire when? You can observe the grid view and you can observe the come back to, let me generate a delete button. Now you can observe delete button. Now go to the properties properties window, events. There you can find events. Observed are 2 events.
Yes, sir.
Row deleting. Next to row deleted. Row deleting and row deleted. My point is, these 2 events will fire when user click on delete button. These 2 events will fire when user click on delete button. Row deleting will fire first, row deleted will fire next. Row deleting will fire after user click the delete button, after user click the delete button and before deleting the record. Row deleted will fire after user click the delete button, after deleting the record, after deleting the record. Again I am telling you, row deleting and row deleted, these two events will fire when exactly? These two events will fire when user click the delete button of the grid view. But among these two events, which event will fire first?
Row deleting.
Row deleting.
Which event will
fire
fire
first.
second?
Row
Row
deleted.
deleting.
Row deleted. Row deleting will fire after user click the delete button and before deleting the record. Row deleted will fire after user click the delete button, after deleting the record. Deleting the record. Now Sami Khan explain about these two events.
Hello, sir.
Explain.
Yes, sir. Row deleting will be firing first, then row deleted will fire next.
Give more clarity.
These events will fire when the user click delete button
First
within
which
the
event will
within
fire?
the grid view.
First which event?
First deleting event will be firing, then
Second.
row deleted will be fire.
So when user click the delete button within the grid view, first row deleting will fire before deleting the record. Second, row deleted will fire after deleting the
Record.
record. That is a story about row deleting and row deleted. So that is a story. Are you clear, everybody? Right. Now come back to our discussion. Yeah. Okay. Right. Next to. Yeah. Now, next event, row editing. What is the event name?
Row editing.
Row editing will fire. Row editing will fire. You can observe. Generally, whenever you have grid view, whenever your grid view is having edit button, you can discuss about row edit button, editing event. How to create edit button?
Auto generate edit.
Auto generate edit button. Auto generate edit button. You can observe. Now you can see the row editing event. Row editing event. It will fire what? When user click the
Edit button.
edit button. When user click the,
Edit.
come on, edit button.
Edit
Whenever
Edit button,
click
the user
whenever user click the edit button, what I said, the concerned grid view row will convert into which mode?
editable mode.
In editable mode, you can see how many buttons.
2 buttons.
What are the two buttons? Update and cancel. Means my question to you all the people, under row editing event, what code we have to write?
Update event.
Update and cancel.
No, here we have to write the code to convert concern row into editable mode. 1 second, all of you. Right, guys. You see what is happening here. What code we have to write?
Code to convert from edit mode to editable
Row into editable mode. Editable mode means it will display what? Update button and
cancel button.
so what code it is that we'll see later, but you remember that point, all of you. Okay. Now, next to one more thing. That is what you know. Again, you have row updating. Sorry, row updated event. What is that? What are the events? Row.
Updating and updated.
Can you guess when these two events will fire?
When when user clicks the edit button, these two will fire.
Yeah, not exactly. Actually, whenever you are converting your grid view row into editable mode, you can see two buttons. What are the two buttons? Update and
Cancel.
Sir.
update and cancel. But after that, when it is in editable mode, you will enter new salary. Actually, your old salary is what?
2000.
And you are entered new salary as what?
2500.
Who entered 2500?
User.
User.
Which into text box.
Text
Sir,
box.
no. And after that, user has to do what?
Update.
Click
Update.
button.
Update.
Update.
Update button.
When user click update button, one update button, some events will fire. Some events are these two events. What are these two events? You know, row updating,
Updating.
row updating, and row updated.
Updated.
Row updating and row updated. See, with this row updating and row updated, these two events will fire when?
When user is in editable mode. Clicking on
Very simple point.
When the
Logic
user
is
updated
what? When
the-
user click the update button. These two events will fire when user click the update button. When user will click the update button?
Whenever we want to
After
edit
user
the-
entered new value. After user entered new value, he will click which button?
update button.
Why he will click update button? To update the new value. To update the
New.
new value. Subject ni dayan lekka చూడకండి. Subject is like your girlfriend. Okay, your fiancé. Because endante simple. Logic is what? Row updating, row updated. Row updating, row updated. Means when you click update button, two events will fire. When you click update button, whenever you entered new value, editable value, new value, you will click what? Update button. But when you click update button, these two events will fire. Okay, among these two, which event will fire first?
Row updating.
Row updating will fire first. Row updated will fire second. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Row updating will fire first. Row updated will fire second. Means row updating will fire after you click the update button before updating the value in database. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Row updated will fire after you click the update button after updating the value. After updating the value. So there are how many events here?
Two.
Number one,
Row updating.
number two,
Row updated.
number one,
Row updating.
number two, row updated.
Row
These two
updated.
events will fire after user click the
Update button.
update button within the grid view. And which event will fire first?
Row updating.
Which event will fire second?
Row updated.
Row updating will fire after you click the update button before updating the value. Row updated will fire after click the update button after updating the
Value.
Value.
That is the story about row updating and row
Updated.
Updated. That is the story. Are you clear? Yes. But actually, here you can observe one more thing. Suppose you entered how much value? New salary.
2,500.
But actually you don't want update. Suddenly your decision is changed. No, I don't want to update the
Click
salary.
cancel
Then
button.
you will click which button?
Cancel.
Cancel.
Yeah, cancel button. Whenever you click the cancel button also, one event is firing. That event is nothing but row cancelling.
One.
Row cancelling, event name. Row cancelling, edit. What is the event name? Row cancelling. You can observe.
Edit.
Row cancelling, edit. Event is visible or not visible?
Visible.
Yeah. When row cancelling edit event will fire?
When user clicks cancel button,
Edit, when user click the cancel button. When user will click the cancel button?
When he wants
If you
to
don't want
same data.
to update,
Whenever user doesn't want to give update. Am I right?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Right. That is the story about cancel event, row cancelling edit. Now coming to coming to what exactly? Yeah. Let me come back to row command. Next important event is row command. What is this row command? You know, this event will fire. Which event? Row command event will fire when user click any button within the grid view. When user click any button within the grid view. Which event?
Row command.
Row command. This we'll discuss tomorrow. From row command onwards we'll discuss tomorrow. Up to here what are the events I discussed, just recall. Tomorrow first 15 minutes events discussion. Then we are going to start the grid view customization programming. Okay, most important class in our training is tomorrow first program. First program you understood na? You will never stop in grid view customization. Okay, up to 3-tier architecture. Most frequently using concept is this customization only in any web page. If you missed first class, I'm sure you will get confused again later. So first 15 minutes we'll see remaining events, then we'll start coding. Now my question is, what are the events we discussed up to here today? Row deleting, row deleted, row deleting, row deleted, row editing, next row updating, next row cancelling, row cancelling,
Okay.
Edit.
edit. Okay, remember
Row command.
row command we'll discuss tomorrow. I stopped that event. Up to here we discussed. Madhuri, tell me what are the events we discussed? Number
Row
one.
deleting, row update.
No, row deleting,
Row
and
deleting.
row deleted. One page. Am I right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Second, row
Editing,
editing. Third,
row updating,
row
Row
updating, and row
updated,
updating, row update. Next, row cancelling,
edit.
edit. My advice is go through this document like anything before you are coming to the tomorrow class. And coming to our yesterday homework. What is this? Our yesterday user change password, forgot password, login, and user registration completed.
Yes, sir.
How many are completed?
Nivedita.
Next.
Yes, sir. Shilpa completed, but I have a question for forgot password, sir. How to display the password from the database to in the label?
Yeah, that you have to try. Use data reader, maybe. Yeah, it will give some.
Yes, sir.
I know. It will give some error, I'm sure. See, very simple point, I'll tell you. I'll give you 100 programs in class, but will you expect same requirement you will get in company tomorrow, your job? No doubt. Okay, I will give you comfortness. With that comfortness, you have to get the solutions. That improves your individuality, your confidence. Okay, no doubt. Try that. Second thing
Yeah,
is,
okay.
how many Shilpa over, Nivedita over? Anybody?
I'm getting an error at execute scalar, that function.
Okay, try, Soumya. Next.
I am, sir.
Completed, Kalyan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next. Okay, completed people complete validations also. Validations means you take login page. In login page some validations are there. That is, I'll give you some tips for interviews. Madhuri, wait for some time. Let me cover some part of the grid view customization, then we'll go for tips of interviews, how to prepare. Validations means, in login page validations are what? First text box should not
Inside field validated.
no, you write logics without using validation controls. You write logic. First text box should not be empty. Second text box should not be empty. Like coming to new user registration, all the text boxes should not be empty. Both passwords should match. Username should have minimum these many characters. Like that, you check in any login page and any registration page, any change password page. What are the validations are there in the existing Gmail application, Facebook application? Why don't you try those validations in our example? Can you?
Yes, sir.
The people who are not completed, complete it by tomorrow. Who are completed, complete with validations. Okay, thank you very much, guys. I have sent recordings to you all yesterday. Almost I have sent all recordings. Whoever requested, I have sent. Still anybody didn't get?
I have gotten the recordings, but it's not working.
I have given permission, madam. Yesterday I have given night before my sleep. I have given approval for you.
No, it's
only.
not working
I
still.
don't know why. Again, you do one thing. Give me a reminder mail. I'll share you one more time. Okay, right. Janardhan, did you send mail? Yesterday I have sent to Jagadish, I think. Janardhan, if you have sent mail, I have shared to you. If you didn't send mail, give me reminder. Always, what is that, recordings wise, don't ping me in WhatsApp. No use. Inbox mail. I will concentration my inbox and I'll copy paste all the mail IDs into notepad. I will share in one shot. And yeah, Prithvi, already I have sent to you. Already I have sent yesterday only to you. Okay. If you didn't
Sir, I
get,
didn't receive the recording.
no, I have shared to the all mails whatever I have received to my inbox. If you didn't receive means maybe mistake from your side or my side, send me one more reminder mail. Okay, na? Right. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye to all.
Thank you, sir.